Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to the update for August and September of 2014. And if that intro is a sign of anything, well, you're going to see exactly what it's a sign of right now. I am now a member of the Zadara Entertainment Group, and in case any of you are possibly wondering what the Zadara Entertainment Group is, it's the brand that Chris Eldridge, aka Caruso Yamada, who I've done the Zadara game chat with, that's basically his brand. That's the brand that he produces all of his videos under. He usually focuses on analyzing and producing entertainment. He also does the retro gaming thing, kind of like I do, and whatever else he decides to do. And I focus, of course, on Let's Plays, wrestling, the whole retro gaming thing as well, just like he does. I'm still going to keep my channel. I'm still going to keep my blogs. Don't worry about any sort of weird merger thing or anything. I'm still going to keep the things that I've had. I'm in a way, I'm kind of like Matt Matei with Cinemassacre, the brand that James Rolfe uses for the Angry Video Game Nerd and whatever else he decides to do, the movie reviews, the movies that he directs and makes and whatnot. And it's kind of like it's like this. I basically make stuff for the Zadara now the same way that Mike Matei has made top 10 lists, individual review videos, and of course he takes part in stuff with James as well, and he's also done things with him throughout the years, especially the James and Matt Mondays videos, as well as the title cards for the earlier episodes. So it's basically like that. And of course there's the Zadara Game Chat, which is much like Pat the NES Punk's Completely Unnecessary podcast, which we did earlier this month, back on the 6th. So might want to check that out, especially at the 1 hour, 3 minute, 10-second mark, which is where Chris actually makes it official that I'm part of the group. So I'll put a link to that in the description. Speaking of my interests, the things that I'm going to keep on doing and that I mentioned earlier, TNA Impact Wrestling has moved to Wednesdays, and today, August 20th, the day that I made this video, and hopefully the day before I upload this is the day, the first Wednesday, that Impact Wrestling will broadcast on Wednesdays. If you haven't already heard, TNA has now got a contract extension with Spike TV, meaning they'll be on the channel until the end of the year. They'll be on that network until the end of the year, so that's great news. So they got another 3 months. Hopefully they can renegotiate for 2015 and beyond and have something drawn out by that time and hopefully finalized. And if that happens, I know there's good and bad with TNA, but it's still wrestling for me to watch, do blogs on, and well, yeah, it's something to watch. So there's that. And since Impact Wrestling is on Wednesdays, you're probably wondering what I'm going to do on Thursdays. Well, besides the usual Total Divas recaps that I'll make while watching that on WWE Network, which I usually don't tweet on because I can't do the recap blogs and the live tweeting at the same time. I can only do one or the other. I will stay with you guys. I will be there with you guys, rather, for NXT and Superstars when they air live on Thursday nights. That's a very great thing. I will be with you for those two shows now. And I won't have to wait until later after they've already aired when I have time on my hands to make the blogs after they've aired, which is usually after SmackDown or on Saturday nights, which is usually the case for Superstars and NXT respectively. So now that I have Thursday for NXT and Superstars, what am I going to do on Saturday, because I no longer have 11 p.m. on a Saturday night to watch NXT on and do the blogs then, because I'll already have them done? Well, you may have noticed, if you pay attention to my wrestling blog, that I have actually started watching Raw all the way from the beginning in 1993. I've already watched the first 3 episodes, the third of which had the Loser Leaves Town match between Kurt Hennig, aka Mr. Perfect, as he went under by that time, and the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Ric Flair lost that match. He wouldn't appear on WWE programming for another 9 years. By the time, which would be the time that the whole invasion thing had already happened and run its course and whatnot. So, basically on Saturdays and Sundays, I will do 2 classic Raw episodes over the weekend. Now, if a pay-per-view falls on a Sunday of any given week, I'll just do 1 Raw. And the pay-per-view, which I always do live, and update in real time whenever, as fast as humanly possible, that pay-per-view live recap will be my Saturday thing instead of another Raw. So, that's the thing. I don't want to overwork myself too much in case there's a pay-per-view going on. I also mentioned last update that I had a problem with the controller and basically the whole controller situation keeping me from making a Let's Play. Well, thankfully, I just had to replace the controller. I didn't have to replace the little USB conversion thing that I had to put in the USB slot. Instead, it was just a controller only. So, hopefully, I will be back to making Let's Plays really soon. Not only do I have that game lined up, I know exactly when I'm going to return with, but I also have a player's guide for it, so in case I need to look something up midway through the playthrough, I can just look through that. This should be a fun Let's Play to return to the Let's Playing game with. I'll tell you that much right now. And with that, that is the end of the August and September 2014 update. So until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!